Jim, Pete, NTG, 20 fights for 14 wins, trained by Soren Monconton, could be the twin brother almost of Chris Bradford. And mate, I tell you what, the boys from NTG up there in Brisbane, they are as good as it gets, and this will be an absolute cracker semi-main event.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Geelong. Get up, stand up, and come on, put your hands up for Cain Brunton!
And to say this young fella, mate, has not got some crowd support, insane Cain Brunton, the Italian Social Club, is all on their feet, mate. This young fella, WMC Victorian champion, WBC Australian champion, CMT World champion, Cain Insane Brunton, trained by Chris Bradford out of top tier, AJ, his brother, in the corner. 21 fights for 14 wins. Again, great matchmaking by the boys at AK47 Promotions and QEST environments.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, semi-main event time, a fight that has actually been in the making for quite some time. Proudly brought to us by QEST Environments and Wolf Apparel. 5 by 3 minute rounds under full Thai rules. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, last night weighing in at the limit of 59 kilograms even. He is trained by one of Australia's favourites, Soren Monconton, out of Nuggets Thai Boxing Gyms, bringing to us a record of 14 wins with 6 losses, 4 coming by way of knockout. He is the Queensland Lightweight WMC champion. Please a big Geelong welcome for Pete NTG. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also last night weighing in at a limit of 59 kilograms even, with a fight record of 14 wins, 5 losses, 2 draws, 3 coming by way of knockout. He's a two-time IKBF Victorian State champion, the CMT champion, WMC Victorian champion, and WBC Australian champion, trained by Chris Bradford at top tier Muay Thai, born, raised and lives a stone throw from this stadium, Geelong, one of your own, Cain Insane Brunton!
Well, here you have it, mate. The semi-main event proudly brought to you by Wolf Apparel, the way of life fitness apparel, and the boys are getting behind the team down at top tier Muay Thai, wolfapparel.com.
Stall here tonight. The gear looks really good, blending a bit of streetwear and fitness. You can check out their website, wolfapparel.com. Sponsored one of the winners we had early in the night, Katie Ben.
You know, they know what it's all about. Both fighters evenly matched, 21 fights and 20 fights. Both have 14 wins.
Yeah, you'll know Pete's a Thai stylist from the moment you see him stand and deliver that rhythm, and on cue, that's what he does. Beautiful Thai rhythm. He's a great kicker. His switch left is very high. You see him drop down to the body there. It was a shot that Josh Tonner had a bit of success with on Cain Brunton's last fight, and I wonder whether Pete's done his research there with the body shot.
And he's built like the proverbial brick outhouse. He's Pete NTG at 59 kilos, but the insane one, he's got some good combinations. Went and got the hair done yesterday as well after the weigh-in, I think, or just before the weigh-in.
Yeah, got it done with David down there at Studio 183, one of the sponsors of tonight. He did my hair before my wedding. Does a great job. Had the girls in their war braids earlier in the night. Look, it's always an interesting one with fighters out at NTG. Such traditional Thai, but so tough as well. You know, you think of the legacy, and you mentioned before, you know, the stories that Moncon could tell. Dane Daddy Cool, Soren Monconton, the list just goes on and on.
Well, you know, Nugget himself, and of course Nugget now living the dream and living out of Thailand and training all over the world. Soren now running the gym up there, but a big shout out to all the team up there.
You see the boys a little bit of feeling out, but they're not really pulling their shots that much in the first round here. It'll be interesting. Soren has spent a lot of time at top tier Muay Thai. You mentioned before, obviously, the relationship between him and Chris. He knows Cain. He knows the weapons that Cain has, that, you know, really, really whipping left switch round kick that he possesses. So he'll be well prepared. But, you know, beautiful left hook from Cain there as he changed levels. That's a nice addition to his game, because he probably did get done in the boxing game by Josh Tonner last time out on Rebellion. He's had a fight in between on Legacy where he took a WKBF Australian title off Matt 7. Oh, beautiful head kick from Cain Brunton. Pete NTG doesn't flinch.
Mate, as we said, they are as tough as they come from NTG, but glassy eyes, I reckon, on Pete NTG at the moment.
He's doing a good job of covering it up if he is. I mean, I suppose if you've got wrapping shins around your head on a regular basis, you're going to be pretty used to those shots. But I mentioned the whipping left high kick. You mentioned Cain's one of his early fights was the first ever fight on Rebellion Muay Thai, and one of the first things he did was throw a left shin right around the face of his opponent. Didn't get the 8 count, actually lost that night, but it really set the tone for Rebellion, and he's just gone on to bigger and bigger and bigger things, culminating last year in the world title win on John Wayne Pars at CMT.
Yeah, the kid's certainly come a long way. Of course, he's got his brother AJ in the corner. It'll be great to see AJ get back in there. We know he's itching to have a crack, but he'll be wearing his heart on his sleeve in the corner there. Bit of a slip there from Pete.
Would you believe the boys enjoying themselves? It's a very snappy jab there, and Cain picked that up. He was straight back in there. Pete NTG quick into the clinch, and that brings the end to a very entertaining first round.
Mate, absolutely sensational first round. Again, normally we score them 10-10. I'm probably just leaning towards the way of Cain on that first round, but mate, let's put it down as a 10-10. Let's hope the next 4 rounds step it up.
I'd go 10-10.
Here we go, round 2, Prestige Fight Series, proudly brought to you by AK47 Promotions and Steve Hull and the team down at QEST Environments. And this semi-main event brought to you by Wolf Apparel. Big bombing hands. And we know he's a strong puncher, Pete, from NTG.
Yeah, you can see straight away the rhythm has picked up. It's not necessarily the shots, but you can just see in between the rhythm has picked up a level. The music has picked up in speed as it does in Thai boxing. Still a bit of a warming up round. In Thailand, they'd still be going at about a quarter pace. But here in Australia, it's pretty much on for young and old as we see the boys work into the clinch. Both really experienced, out of good, strong, Thai-orientated gyms. A little sweep there from Cain, doesn't get his opponent down. May or may not score on the judges' cards.
Tell you what, if anyone's watching this DVD at home, and if you haven't seen Soren Monkontong fight, get onto YouTube and have a look at him. Talk about a man with more Thai rhythm than the Thais. Soren was as good as it came when it came to Thai boxing.
An unbelievable fighter. I still think he throws the best knees in the history of Australian Muay Thai. And he did it against the Thais in the biggest stadiums. Some big body shots from Pete NTG there. As we said, maybe done his homework and watched Josh Tonner's path to success against Cain Brunton in look, a split decision close fight. But really interesting to see those body shots there. Cain's got great boxing, but he has that switch left in his arsenal. I think that just keeps opponents off guard, and he shows that boxing there, great right to the body.
Pete almost just trying to draw Cain in there so we can let that big looping left hook go.
He doesn't want to spend time on the outside, that's for sure, Pete NTG. You can see him standing right in the pocket, and again, just walking in, just measuring the distance, and sitting right in Cain Brunton's face. It's a really interesting tactic, but as I say, you know, Soren's not unaware of how Cain fights. Has spent a lot of time holding pads for him, and has probably watched and cornered quite a few of his fights. So,
yeah, well, we know Chris used to fly Soren down when he was fighting, and you know Soren would help out in the corner of all the top-tier team when they were in the ring.
Yeah, a couple of the boys from NTG have spent a bit of time at top tier over the years. Daddy Cool, as Paddy Richards would say, my daddy, has spent a lot of time there as well. But this is a really hard-hitting fight for the guys at the lower weight class. They're just absolutely not holding back. There's that switch left high from Cain Brunton. Does it so well, does it so easily. Locks on the clinch. Unable to get the sweep though.
It's one of the things that Cain has always done well throughout his whole fight career, is catch the kicks.
Yep, and look, AJ was a king of it. AJ, his brother, just a fantastic. And Cain smelling blood there just at the end of the round. And you know what? That's really, really smart.
Another 10 or 15 seconds, mate. I think he was about to explode on Pete NTG.
Yeah, but he's, you know, it was a very tight round. I don't know whether he heard the slap for 10 seconds to go, but something ignited him at the end of that round. And you know what? I'll be honest. I'm going to give him a 10-9 for that.
Yeah, and Round 3, semi-main event, proudly brought to you by Wolf Apparel. It's a way of life, fitness apparel.
Absolutely. The whole night, of course, proudly supported by QEST Environments. Steve Hull, one of the co-promoters here. These guys have been supporting Muay Thai for wow, I can't even think now, but over a decade here in Australia. And, you know, without sponsors like them, it just doesn't happen. We don't see quality fights like we're seeing now as, you know, Cain Brunton ignites this Geelong crowd as throwing that switch left kick up. Just a little slip from Cain there. You mentioned, but in the break there, Bushy, a little mouse perhaps under Cain Brunton's right eye.
Yeah, not sure whether it was from a big hand or whether he's been caught with an elbow that we haven't seen or something, but it looks like it's appearing, but it's not giving him any bother at the moment, and we haven't seen a lot of elbows fly.
No, I think it's probably the result of the left hooks. Pete's doing a really good job of countering that left hook every time Cain comes into his range, and you know they're spending a lot of time inside.
Yeah, and my great respect shown there as Cain spun around. He wore one flush where no male likes to wear one, and Pete acknowledged it straight away. Oh, big overhand there from Pete, but he acknowledged it straight away, and both boys acknowledged it again as they came back into centre ring, and that's what's great about this sport.
You can see the experience of Cain Brunton then. That was a bit of a slip then. He didn't really sweep him in the clinch, but he made sure that he ended up on top, and the judges know. Beautiful leg kick, quick response from Pete, 1-2 to the body. Big left hook, followed it with the switch up left round kick that Cain Brunton is renowned for.
Just a slip there. Drew Giab in centre ring, great referee.
So only third round here, and the boys are giving the boss man combat gloves an absolute workout here. What a semi-main event, what a night here at Prestige Fight Series in Geelong. Debut promotion, big uppercut from Cain Brunton, follows it with a left hook.
One way to fire your opponent up is to drive something home. That's that uppercut that caught Pete NTG flush, just fired him up, and a bit of claret it looks like starting to flow now from the nose of Pete NTG.
There's an experienced Thai stylist. He's put the face mask on and said that didn't hurt, but I'm pretty sure it did. And Cain Brunton will know that. There's a little bit of blood on the back of Cain's shoulder, and there's that uppercut again. It's the uppercut he won the CMT World title with, and you can see why in 4-ounce gloves, that is an absolutely devastating shot.
Really good control there of the head from Pete NTG in the grapple.
One of the great things about these corners, they both know the game as well. You can see them cheering every shot, making sure that the judges know which way the decision should go. Look at the rapid hands of Cain Brunton. Both of these guys, lightning quick hands.
Yeah, final 10 seconds of this third round.
And in round number 3, Queensland.
Oh, there you have it, mate. A fairly even third round. Again, maybe just leaning the way of the red corner, but I'm happy to give that one a 10-10.
The penultimate round. Round 4.
Round number 4, semi-main event. Again, proudly brought to you by Wolf Apparel. I think Pete NTG needs to step it up, and he's already doing that in this fourth round.
Yeah, fantastic hands there from Pete NTG. Cain really quick to whack on the clinch and try and negate those hands. You'd expect Pete to jump straight back on him, and you can hear that out of the nugget corner. Go, go, go. Cain Brunton trying to counter with that wicked right uppercut that he's added to his arsenal.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of elbows let go as the boys have been in the clinch.
It's interesting, you know, both gyms probably renowned for their elbow work. Chris Bradford obviously sliced and diced plenty of his opponents, as did Soren. But yeah, you're right, there hasn't been a lot of elbows in the fight, but the range has been a punching range primarily.
And mate, that lead leg of Cain Brunton, if you're watching the DVD at home, that is not an extension of the red shorts, it is red raw.
Cain's alabaster complexion doesn't help that, but he's a tough boy. I'm sure he won't show it too much, but you're right, it is red, and Pete's been doing a good job following all of his hooks with a hard right round kick.
Pete's certainly the aggressor in this round. He just looks to be on the front foot a little bit more than Cain.
Yeah, and you know, both of these gyms, pretty traditional Thai gyms. The fourth round's it. This is the round for them. This is the most important one on the judges' scorecard. So they'll both be working hard here. I think Pete's probably got the word from his corner that they think in a hometown environment he's probably down on the judges' scorecard. Yep. You need to step it up.
Just switching up into southpaw, Cain, just trying to take that lead leg out of the range.
It's a really good pickup you've made there. He does seem to be, it doesn't seem to be limping too much. But you're right, switching to southpaw, and you know, with that key weapon that he's got, the switch high left, it's a tactical move you wouldn't want to see. As we say that, he switches stance and explodes onto Pete NTG.
You know, if I was Pete, I'd really be starting to target that lead leg. It's, as you said, Cain's not showing any discomfort with it, but it's got to be sore. So, you know what, just chop away at that lead leg.
It looks like he's been lying on the beach at Carter with sunscreen everywhere but his right thigh and left thigh, sorry. And you're right, you have to target it. And I'm sure his corner will let him know that.
Yeah, even in the grapple, and you don't see it too often, you know, fighters are content to lock up in the grapple and need the midsection. Knee the hell out of the thighs. It's right there. Just drive the knees into the thighs.
It's interesting. Cain's actually lighting up with quite a few leg kicks of his own in this round. But what a semi-main event we're seeing here. Great technique, great heart from both fighters. There's a storyline in it. You know, the local kid, first time he's fighting in Geelong, and he hasn't shown an ounce of nerves. Nerves of steel, Cain Brunton.
Oh, mate, what a round number 4. 4 down, 1 to go. How'd you see that one?
I'm a Geelong boy, but I'm going to go with the Brisbane lad, Pete NTG.
Both fighters touch gloves. 5th and final round.
Oh, here you have it, James. 5th and final round, proudly brought to you by Wolf Apparel. This one's there for the taking.
Yeah, I've got a pretty even, Bushy. I think you're right there. Hands from both boys have been incredible all night.
And, mate, if my lip reading was right in between rounds, Chris Bradford said to Cain, just let it go.
It's interesting. Just looking around the edge of the ring, you've seen some of the more prominent fighters from the crowd just coming right up to ringside, like they would in Thailand. They know they're watching a fantastic technical battle here. Both fighters giving it everything from a technique perspective. Beautiful angle created there by Cain Brunton. It's that little limp I see from Pete NTG. Another one from Cain Brunton. Hard leg kicks.
Yeah, look, Pete's certainly looking to rely on his hands to try and finish Cain off. Said I would have liked to have seen him just chipping away at that lead leg a little bit more. Work the inside, work the outside, and then set up the hands from there.
Yeah, he's a really strong puncher though. You can see he's got a lot of power. He's making it work, and he does really well by finishing most of his combinations with a kick. And you know, you just have to look at Cain's thighs to know when most of them are landing.
So the judges for this semi-main event are Nadal Taleb, Jeff Eddy and Shane Burns. So these boys are going to have their work cut out for them.
Queenslanders in the house.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, they've got to drown out the crowd because this is a huge hometown crowd for Cain Brunton. You hear the crowd there when ring announcer John O'Arman calls for it. It's going to be hard to drown that out though, as Cain Brunton throws up a beautiful left hook. Strong right hand from Pete NTG. These boys bring it home in the 5th and final round. Cain Brunton getting double underhooks up against the ropes, using the knees just to block Pete NTG out. Walks forward, stalks forward.
And the corner of Pete NTG are asking, calling out for him to use the elbows at the moment. And there you go, step up elbow, missed the mark.
On cue. Beautiful duck under. I mean, the head movement from both of these guys, you could be watching professional boxing. In between it, they're throwing knees, they're clinching, they're kicking high, they're kicking low. It's an awesome display of technique. Prestige Fight Series has done it again.
Mate, the way Pete NTG throws his big hands, and he doesn't always find his mark, I'd like to see them work on turning that into then a spinning back fist or spinning elbow, because he throws it with such intent. If he misses, just come back around.
Yeah, and the boys absolutely throwing down here. End of a tough 5-rounder, and they're still giving everything. Knees in the clinch. As soon as they separate, they'll go back to it. Geelong crowd heating up here. It's cold, it's wet, but you wouldn't know it inside the Italian Social Club as Cain Brunton tries to bring this home in front of an adoring home crowd.
Oh, there you have it, mate. This one will go to the judges. What an amazing semi-main event.
Incredible fight. I mean, first time Muay Thai's in Geelong, and you see a fight like that. How could these people not be hooked and come back for more? I'm going to go the way of Red Corner, only because it's a home crowd. I'd love to see a rematch anywhere in the country.
Yeah, and look, in saying that, we're not saying there's any bias. I just think Cain was probably just a little bit busier.
Yep.
Pete was just, he seemed one-dimensional with the big hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving these two warriors a massive round of applause. 5 by 3-minute rounds of Muay Thai. They didn't stop from start to finish. At the end of 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have each scored this bout 48-47, 48-47, 48-47, declaring your winner by unanimous points. Red corner, Cain Brunton!
I tell you what, if we hadn't got that decision, Bushy, you were carrying me out of here because this crowd loves their hometown boy, Insane Cain Brunton. He has worked so hard over the last 5 years. Good on him. Have your time in the sun, son. Big hug from AJ, his brother there as well.
Yeah, and of course, big shout out to AJ from AJB Concreting as well. But a very happy Cain Insane Brunton. Going to throw out a t-shirt to someone in the crowd. But mate, that is a big scalp to put on your resume that you've beaten someone from NTG. That is a big scalp. But congratulations to Cain Insane Brunton. Commiserations to Pete, but did himself no harm.